Hey guys, what's up? Just a quick review talking about an album that came out last year, basically, but it's been getting talked about a lot in this year since it was released so late. This is Autopsy Skull Grinder EP. Let me just put my glasses on here. So, let me just get my little write-up. I need to have some kind of guide note. Obviously, I like the EP, but you know, I'd rather not fucking mumble my words for most of the fucking video. Because sometimes I fucking do that, and nobody wants to watch me fucking ramble on for like 5 minutes about stupid bullshit that I can't get my fucking words out. So, Skull Grinder by Autopsy. Now, this is a pretty fucking awesome little EP. It's only 7 tracks. I think it's about 28 minutes long, something along those lines. Some people were calling it a full album, but it's just an EP. So this came out November 27th, 2015, so you can understand why people thought, you know, some people might still think it's a 2016 release. And it was released on Peaceville, as most Autopsy releases are released on Peaceville. And obviously, you know, these guys are from Oakland, California, and they've been on the go since 1987, and Chris Ryford has been in Death on their first album. So yeah, you know the story of Autopsy. You don't need to fucking detail that to you. You've been with the band long enough. So, the first song, Strung Up and Gutted. Autopsy is on point. Really, Autopsy is doing what Autopsy does. And let me just put on the fucking EP so you can listen to it. But let me just say, Autopsy's on point. Autopsy's doing what Autopsy's been doing for more than fucking 30 years now. You know what I mean? They're just putting out, or well, almost 30 years. They're putting out awesome death metal. Just plain and simple. Just pure, awesome, brutal fucking death metal that really you want to listen to because it's so fucking great. You know, there's not many people putting out music this good anymore. There's not many people pushing the boundaries to what they've pushed them in death metal. Like, you listen to their material, none of it is like fucking soft. All of it is just gross, unimaginably fucking nasty shit. And really, that's the way it's always supposed to be, you know? You want your death metal to be like fucking gross, like fucking nasty. And I find a lot of bands have stepped away from that. Not like, you know, bands that don't want to promote that image. You know, some death metal bands want to be, you know, kind of stepping away from, like, you know, just pure gross, unadulterated, you know, fucking nastiness in their metal. They don't want to put forward that kind of face. But really, I think that if you want to do brutal, like, you know, esque death metal, like brutal death metal in the way that a lot of people think of brutal death metal, or death metal in general, you gotta have that fucking gross, nasty sound. And I'm just gonna start playing the EP here. Sorry about that. But you can just hear, even from the first few notes, it's just fucking nasty. It's just fucking gross. It's fucking scummy, grimy shit. And that's what I want to hear, like a crust punk kind of like tinge to death metal. You know, I always want to be able to hear that, like, a little bit of nastiness, like Undergang and stuff like that. And, you know, Deathstrike, obviously, you know, bands like that, or fucking Master being a great example. You know, you always want to have that bit of fucking nastiness to it, no matter what you're playing. And I feel like bands, you look at bands even like Cannibal Corpse nowadays, they lost that. Death lost that almost immediately. You know, Death lost that pretty quick. And I guess that was understandable, but Death never had, like, the gross primitiveness that Autopsy had later on, like, you know, and Autopsy is still gross and primitive. But, you know, and you look at a track like Skull Grinder, great solos, chunky, brutal riffs that just smack you right in the fucking face. And, you know, I gotta say, this album's a little bit, like, you know, overdone. Sound like, you know, this EP is kind of, you know, it sounds like everything else Autopsy's put out, but, you know, then you look at tracks like Children of the Filth, you know, slow, sludgy death, like dirges at times, like just dirgy as fuck, fucking doomy. And I can understand why people call these guys death doom. I know some people can't hear that, but I can definitely hear it when you just listen to the riffs. And Insanity Bleeds, awesome opening, slow spoken passage. You know, a slow track that has an interlude to it. It's just fucking, it's slow. And when Autopsy does slow, they do slow shit really fucking awesome. You know, The Withering Death. Usual Autopsy, slow, crushing, and good, but it's still fucking Autopsy. It's fucking great, you know. People have been bitching, oh, this is boring, you know, this is, like, you know, usual Autopsy stuff. But it's Autopsy either way. You know, I'd rather hear this than fucking go listen to, you know, most brutal death metal nowadays. And he goes to the track Waiting for the Screams, you know, just great vocals and riffs once again. And the last song, Return to the Dead, begins with an interlude and ends the album slowly. It just, you know, ends the album, leaves you off without a bad taste in your mouth. And really, that's the way this EP should be made. You know, EP should be made that way. Short, to the point, smack you right in the fucking face, and then leave. And, you know, they executed that perfectly here. So, really, you look at the artwork is fucking cool as shit. You know, even that guy with the fucking scythe over that skull, that is worth a goddamn tattoo. Like, if you want a cool tattoo, and you don't even like Autopsy, you can still go look at that artwork and say, yeah, I'd probably get that tattooed on me somewhere. But overall, you know, people say it's generic, but to me, it's just more awesome material, you know. They haven't put out a bad album. They never, there's no way they can put out a bad album unless they pull like a fucking, like, Massacre Promise or something, like, you know, like, just go completely off in left field. But at this point, they know what to make. You know, Chris has been at this for so long, he knows that if he fucking deviates really far from the Autopsy sound, not a lot of people are going to like it, not a lot of people are going to buy an album with the Autopsy name on it that doesn't have dirty, grimy death metal. And that's what he plays. And yes, he is kind of beating a dead horse, but the dead horse still got a lot of fucking kick in it. So, really, if you like gross, dirty, slimy, fucking nasty death metal, I'll try to use as many adjectives as possible, then go listen to this EP. Go buy this EP. And next I'm going to be talking about their After the Cutting box set, which includes this in its entirety as the first 7 tracks. So yeah, peace fuck out, guys, and I give this an 81 out of 100. I know that's a little bit high of a score, you know. In reality, if this, you know, if they keep going on this route, I am going to start getting bored with them, but at this point, I'm giving this one 81 out of 100. If you disagree with me, leave it in the comments. You know, I'm open to criticism about my opinions. You know, obviously it's the internet. I better be open to criticism. So yeah, peace fuck out, guys, and have an awesome day.